And we are back again. It's your friendly neighborhood film watch. We are breaking football. I'm your humble host, Brandon, and I got my man, Honey Grand, set it off, Chris, with me. Chris, the Dallas Cowboys did exactly like we wanted them to do. They showcased a few of the young fellas, and then they went out and lost to the New York Football Giants, which moved the Cowboys up from, I want to say, the 15th or 16th pick to the Cowboys are officially slotted in at the 12th overall pick in the 2026 draft. I couldn't ask for anything better. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey man, it was kind of like, we've done this for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like my old Daryl Hall and John Oates song. She's gone. I'm glad this season is over, dog.
Hey, man.
I'm so glad this season is over, man, because it's finished. I don't have to agonize with it. I don't have to take the weekly amounts of hopium, thinking they're going to do something different. But what we always try to do after these games, man, is to get a good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you rock off with your good. I can go with the good. I'm gonna let you lead off with the good, man. Tell me what was good for you yesterday.
The good, I think that we got a little bit better idea of how our backup running back situation is going to look.
Okay.
So
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you get a better understanding because Jaden Blue and Phil Maffa couldn't buy snaps all year, and they went out and they looked okay. I think that Jaden Blue looks more explosive than Malik Davis. Malik Davis is a better pro. He understands how to prepare for the game Monday through Saturday and be a better pro on the field on Sunday. But I think that Jaden Blue is more explosive. I think that we got to see Phil Maffa look like he could develop into a productive player. I kind of want to see him be like the Phil Maffa that he was in college, like the bruiser type guy, but that's neither here nor there, though, right? We kind of said that in the preseason. He was trying to move like he a little shaky. That's not as bad. So I think that all in all, you get a better understanding of who your young guys are, possibly to help in your rotation. Maybe not be your lead guy, but yeah.
Okay, so that's good. I kind of feel I like what you saw with Blue and with Maffa, but my problem is going back to something you had said before about Shoddy being kind of Harvey Dent, two-faced. He's two-faced because he's gonna make some people be accountable and they don't get to play. Then other people aren't accountable. Trayvon Diggs, and he plays because I felt like you got the very best out of Phil Maffa the first 12 weeks of the season. You got not Phil Maffa, I'm sorry, Javonte Williams. You got the very best version of Javonte Williams the first 12 games of the season.
And then he started those carries, they stack up on you quick.
They stacked on him. So you could have had a rotation of Williams, Blue, Maffa, Limke, and probably got a little bit more diversity in your run game, which could have kind of helped your offense, help.
Man, I'm surprised you remember that one. I said that one maybe 2 months ago.
right. But you would have turned around and you would have helped your offense to help your weakest part of your team, which was your defense, by playing keep away. You see what I'm saying? And so I think to me, even though it was good, you were sitting there like, I know you effing lying. That's what I was saying. Because wait a minute, you were looking at the TV. I said, my TV too big and too new for this to be something crazy, So it just had me, to the point of wilding on that, and it just drove me crazy with that. What's up, player? What's up, Ease? And so
appreciate you in the chat.
And so
brother.
Thanks, man. And so that was my problem with the good. My good was, I've never ever sold anything outside of insurance, and maybe some lawn care service, but I always dreamed of being, string a bill. And I love writing brick on my brick. The best thing that happened yesterday is that we lost.
Hey, look.
That was the absolute best thing that happened yesterday. That I got into the bona fide first round yesterday. Yeah. As you know,
explain what you mean by the bona fide first round.
My guy. Way to drop the dime pass like Jason Kidd back in the day. So the thing about it is, you get into when you start ranking these players like B has with his book, and you start going through and you start putting grades and rounds on guys, you turn around and say, hey, this is a first round grade. And there's usually between 12 to 15 bona fide first round players.
Yeah.
First round player. Go ahead.
There are 32 picks in that first round.
Mm-hmm.
All 32 teams are not going to pick a player that should be a first round pick.
Absolutely.
Like all 32 of those draftees are not going to be first round cream of the crop type players.
Right.
You might get 15 guys that every year.
Yep. And so because that's the case, what you have to end up doing is have people be terrible at drafting, which pushes down first round players. Perfect example in the year we got CD Lamb. CD Lamb was a first round talent. But you got him at 17 because teams were so bad at drafting and they pushed people down. And so, long story short, now that I'm at pick 11, right? Or 12. I'm at pick 12. I have the ability now to kind of maneuver and see who's going to be bad at drafting and who's going to push people to me, which will give me the ability to do what I want to do more than anything else. Get more picks and trade down. Get an extra first and trade down. That's what I want. And so that's my goal. So that was the best thing they did yesterday. They showed me some of the future, which I do like. Blue and Mafa, and I even like Bad Foot Lemke. He doesn't have great balance, doesn't have any of those different things, but it gives me the ability, honestly, to say in a complete and perfect world, hey Javonte, we thank you for your service. But I can go out in free agency and go find me another guy just like him, maybe one with a little bit less tread on their tires. Tell Shaheem, go ahead.
Javonte don't really got a lot of carries on his body though. He had to do it this year because they never committed to finding a guy to be his relief.
Yeah, but I think for what he did, he's going to outprice himself in Dallas for me.
Sure, there we go.
And so I'm more to the point of kind of looking at one of those Jets running backs that I've been looking at for a long time. Old Brees Hall, bring him in. He's my trophy piece. Honestly, in the running back room, put Brees Hall, Blue, Mafa, Lemke be the halfback guy he is. Let's roll from there and let's figure it out from there. So that's my good. We lost and we got some value on that pick. And we can go forward from there. What was your ugly, bro? Well, go ahead.
I do think that you got to see like kind of what you had with a few different players. Like for the first time in a long time, Logan Wilson got a little bit of burn. And he was able to produce. Even in the defense that got gashed, of course, but we were so committed, but not we, Buddy, the defensive coordinator that locked himself in the office.
Yo, dude, who locked himself in the office and won't let himself out, so they can't fire him. That guy, him.
So, Buddy was so committed to playing Kenneth Murray all year, and we never really got to see what we had with Logan Wilson. Not truly anyway. So Logan got to play a larger share of snaps yesterday. And he looks like he can be a decent player once he gets more time separated away from that injury.
I mean, Logan Wilson is still part of one of the worst defenses in NFL history.
Sure.
Logan Wilson just saw a team that the week prior to was set up to get the number one pick in the draft. And they turned around and put dang 500 yards of offense on you and 34 points and dropped to the second pick in the draft. Logan Wilson is a piece. He's a rotational guy. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything.
He's just a guy.
To say, he. You know who he is? He's Damone. He's light-skinned Damone Clark to me.
Yeah,
that's who he is. And so he doesn't do anything. He hasn't done anything. He played yesterday. Okay, he got Kenneth Murray off the field, but Kenneth Murray should have never been on the field. So to me, he's a part of that bunch of draft picks that have not panned out, that you've given away to other teams.
He was
what you have right now.
Pick, though. I think the compensation for Logan Wilson was a 7th round pick. If so, I can live with that.
No, you can't, because I'm gonna tell you why. What round did you go get Ryan Flournoy?
Fifth.
No, he's a sixth.
Oh, okay,
Six.
Okay.
So the Cowboys in their history have always made their hay in those fifth, sixth, and seventh rounds in undrafted guys. And the way this defense is suited right now, I need every pick I can get, every compensatory pick. I need everything I can find to help this defense out. But I'm looking at a 4 for Trey Lance, a 4 for
Jonathan Mingo.
Jonathan Mingo. I was gonna say Ryan. I was about to say somebody else. I was gonna say a sportscaster named Ryan Wingo, Jonathan Mingo. But I could, neither one of them would do anything right now, right? You got the the seventh you just gave up for Wilson, the third that you just gave up for George Pickens.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just the second you just gave up
a fourth for Joe Milton.
Yeah, a fourth for Joe Milton. Come on, bro. I mean, hey, he was feisty out there, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was feisty out there yesterday, very feisty. But that's what I'm saying. It's just the colossal of picks that you. Yeah. So it's kind of like the trade-off. You're not active during the year. You give away when the picks you give away, they don't bring back to fruition. TI word of the day, things that you need to help your team get better. Because you wish you had all of those picks right now, because you use all those picks on defensive players.
Yeah. So I agree with you. They could have definitely been more productive with what they got back from the trades. But I mean, you kind of got to deal with it at this one. Like Trey Lance, that pick that we gave up was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, something like that.
Listen, what the pick that you gave up for Trey Lance could have been the running back you needed. Therefore, you would not have been in this position where you're, debating or splitting hairs between Javonte Williams, who I love, but. You could have turned around and you could have got him. You could have got another guy in the fourth round. You could have got Bashaw Tootin in the fourth round. You wouldn't even be sitting here talking about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? You could have been in a totally different situation. You could have kept. I think what's the kid from Iowa? What was the kid from Iowa? Caleb.
Last year, not Caleb. Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson. Could have got Caleb Johnson. There's a bunch of guys you could have gotten, but you had given this fourth round pick away from for Lance. And so my whole point is. The bad part or the good part about yesterday was that you ended up being able to secure that 11th pick, which helps you to try to get back because you need so many pieces for this defense. That was my bad. My
bad will once again be that defense, Chris. That defense still makes guys look like the best version of themselves. The Dallas Cowboys defense is just like I always say, it's Disneyland. It's Disneyland. So we had Russell Wilson, who just came out either earlier today or yesterday, and said that he played that Cowboys game on a torn hamstring. And he put up the best game of his career, not this year. He put up
was
the
it
best
his
game
career?
Of his career, Chris.
It was his career high in yards.
It was a career high in yards.
You sure be.
Yes. Russell Wilson ain't never put up more than 450 yards.
Oh yeah, that was 450. Yeah, he did put up 450. Okay.
But then we have Jackson Dart come out there and look very, very good. Put up 200 plus and 2 tuds. So
but see, you didn't even go to the worst one. See, that lets me know you ain't got the stats all the way up. Look at the 2 running backs.
The 2 running backs, all right, hold on. Tyrone Tracy put up a buck on the ground. Gunnar Olszewski put up 100 in the air.
Wait a minute, Gunnar who?
Yeah. Shanahan. I don't know. However you pronounce his name.
Gunnar. Oh damn. Yeah, just went ahead and went buck wild. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Gunnar went and got. So there you go. So you turned around. This was absolutely. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish with your bad. So this has been a constant this year. This is like every single week in and week out, our opponent, no matter how good, bad, or anywhere in between that they are, presents the best version of themselves when they go to Disneyland.
when they go to the Dallas Cowboys defense.
They get all their dreams to come true, man. We are Aladdin. We are Aladdin's lamp, baby. We have unlimited wishes, baby. Just rub us, man. Just rub us.
So think about it. You had, and I'm not even gonna name like teams that got hot after they beat us, like Chicago or Carolina, right? Because they're right now you can call them good teams, right? Look at Jacoby Brissett.
Dude.
Look at JJ McCarthy.
Come on, dude.
Look at Jackson Dart. Look at Russell Wilson.
The only guy who didn't
Marcus Mariota when he played.
The only guy who didn't have a career night against us, man, was the guy who didn't write back, man. The guy who didn't write back. Geno Smith.
And this is actually a good point from Sleazy. He said, so was Miles Sanders looking good during practice because the defense was so bad? I'm not actually sure because Miles Sanders broke off a couple good, like 2 or 3 good runs while he was healthy. You know, one of them he fumbled the ball, and one of them he got caught from behind. Like, he broke off a couple good runs while he was healthy. It's really hard to say. Now, I wouldn't bring back Miles Sanders by any means, right? But I think that. Let me ask you this, Chris. You think Miles Sanders over the course of the year would have been better than Malik Davis? Just out of curiosity. I don't have an answer.
Would he been better than Malik Davis?
Yeah, as a backup.
Yes, because the thing about it is Miles Sanders is a better talent than Malik Davis. My problem was I knew what Malik Davis was. Yeah. But because the shelf life of a running back, I was talking to our good friend John Herndon before we got on today.
28 years old.
Huh?
The shelf life of a running back lasts until they hit 28 years old.
No, shelf life of a running back is like the life of a gnat. It's quick, it's explosive, and it's over in a second. And my problem is you turn around and you look up and boom, it's over. So I need to find out what Jaden Blue was. The plays that Jaden Blue could run, he should have been running. Because you had no problem with running a midget out there. I mean, Cavante Turpin out there and all season long with his little jet sweeps and stuff like that, because those were the plays he could remember. I would have rather had Jaden Blue there and probably gave a spelling. And even if it was a 3 or 4 week period that I needed to get Phil Maffa, because that shoulder, I understand Phil Maffa's shoulder may have been bothering him, but I think Phil Maffa was like, your shoulder bothering me? Nah, your shoulder bothering you. To the point of going to that direction. So my thing is you shelving Phil to find out what he is. Nah, that was foolish because you had a historically prolific, dynamic offense that needed to save that defense. That need to save that defense, even though as our great defensive tackle Quentin Williams said, hey, cover 2 been cover 2 for the last 50 years. Cover 3 been cover 3 for the last 50 years. You got to go play it. And you probably didn't have the guys to go play it, but you knew what the calls were and go from there. So that's your bad. My bad. Man, just the I think I just had to continue because my ugly is something totally different. My bad is going back, like you said, with the defense. Just the way that this defense played. You know, sometimes like I was watching it at a glance, I would see people running 5-10 yards down the field to try to tackle a guy and just totally whiff a guy. We're one of the worst tackling football teams in all of football that I saw throughout the year with this defense. The defense, you turn around, you have a stellar day, a 3-sack day by Jadeveon Clowney, right? And now everybody's sitting there saying, shoot, we should bring Jadeveon Clowney back. When you got to understand that it's missing so many different pieces that you're overvaluing certain people. This defense, we've banged on it ad nauseum. And this horse is dead. It's glue. We had already put it into the bottles, man. This defense is just terrible. It's bad, man. And like I said, it's so bad. It's just going to come down to the point that whoever comes in here next, the only direction he can go is up.
I hope so.
That's the only direction. No, that's the only direction that he can go. Because I don't think you can band together another 22, 24 players, 25 players on one side of the ball and be any worse than this team was on our defense. You have some pieces who can play, but you got a lot of pieces you got to replace.
Chris, when you think about kind of to compound on what you said, Chris, Jadeveon Clowney was your best pass rusher this year. And he didn't come in until, 2 weeks after the season?
Yeah.
Coming into the game, because Clowney had a decent day. Not even a decent day. Clowney had a really good day yesterday. 3
but
sacks,
he had,
right?
but that totaled him how many for the year, B?
8.5.
Which is
a 5.5, 6 sack guy shouldn't be your number one edge rusher. If you want that as a complimentary guy, excellent, right? Dante Fowler was that when we had Micah. He was an 7, 8 sack guy.
We thought
what did we say? That's amazing.
Right. As your lead guy?
And not at all. Not satisfactory at all. And we said that when Micah was gone and they didn't bring back any, they didn't bring anyone in to help him.
Right.
Fowler wouldn't have been able to be number one guy. So now just switch that whole word Fowler for now Clowney. A 5.5, 6, 7 sack guy can't be your number one edge rusher. That's a complimentary guy. That's a second guy. That's if you have like a dude, a dog on one end, you got that guy who can benefit from not having the attention on the opposite side.
Absolutely.
So like you said, what coach and I promise you that I am not excusing Matt Eberflus when I say this, right?
Oh, okay.
How can a coach
you're having some grapes?
How can a coach succeed when they don't have the dudes? You know what I'm saying? So you said the next coach can go only up. If they don't got the dudes, Chris, I hope so.
I mean, but B, that goes to my ugly. So do you want to go to my ugly?
Go right ahead, sir.
My ugly is to the point I don't even have my hat on. My ugly goes to, without question, the ownership. Because you could not have a guy have the kind of season that Matt Eberflus had, and you're saying, I'm going to wait 10 to 12 days to figure out if I'm going to fire him. This is how I feel, and I hope nobody takes offense to this. But when the very few times have I seen since I've been watching football over my last 45 years of my life, when you're bad, you get fired that day. They don't even let you get to Monday to get fired. But when your hue is a little darker, they fire you on Sunday. Raheem Morris didn't even get to get out the facility and get to his house. They let him know, hey, you and the GM, y'all out of here, right? The problem is
the
this,
CEO
man.
as well. The Falcons also fired the CEO.
Yeah, they fired everybody.
They fired the GM, head coach, and the CEO.
They fired everybody. My problem is this. The last time this team was great is 2 times it's been great in the history of the Cowboys that I've been watching, and most of us have been watching it. When you had a dominant head coach that had control over personnel and different things of that nature. Okay. We had Jimmy Johnson calling the shots, and we had Bill Parcells calling the shots. Like I said, me and John were talking earlier today. My problem is, many of y'all who may be watching may not know this group, but one of the greatest R&B groups of all time is New Edition, right? My thing is, Jerry Jones can't be Ronnie DeVoe. Right? Okay. He could not be Ronnie DeVoe. Ronnie DeVoe is probably one of the best dancing dudes you never seen in your life. You don't want to let him sing though. He can do the "Is It Love?" You know what I'm saying? He can do all the dance moves. Sure. But his ass you don't have his ass singing. You give it to somebody else. So the goal is you let guys who can do certain things do it. You let Jimmy Johnson run the football team, pick the players, and you sit in the background and you chill. You get to collect the check. You get to be part of the group. Jerry doesn't do that. So for you to be sitting here right now, needing 12 days to evaluate one of the worst defenses on God's creation, and you don't go and fire this dude, that's on Jerry, man. And it never stops. It just continues to be the same mess over and over. For that dude to be running around here and being gainfully employed is asinine, bro. And that's my ugly, man, because it's never going to get better. Jerry wants to be Ralph. but he's really Ronnie DeVoe. Get your ass in the background and dance.
That's a good one, Chris. Now, before I comment, let me ask you this. New addition of Boys to Men.
Oh, so what now?
New addition of Boys to Men. Just
it's new addition, bruh.
No, I'm just asking who you think is better.
No, listen, let me explain to you why New Edition is so good. New Edition as a group is amazing. They separated, and all 3 editions of them had platinum albums.
Okay.
Johnny Hill had a platinum album. Bobby Brown had a platinum album. Bill DeVoe had a platinum album. Even Ralph Tresvant with Mr. Sensitivity had a platinum album. Sorry if y'all hear the dogs in the background. And then when they come back together, they still are stellar. So to me, Boys to Men is great, but they're a spinoff of New Edition.
Yeah,
that's just me. And we can have another time we can tell top 5 greatest bands of all time. But I don't want nobody to get into a fight because it's a football show. But it's always going to be New Edition to me.
Okay. Just had to make
sure.
Sorry,
family, for the dogs in the background.
That's just a part of life, man. That's just a part of life.
Yeah.
So, Chris, I get frustrated when all of these coaches got let go today. Sleazy in the chat box said that Kevin Stefanski got fired today and already has interviews set up. Let me see who else. I think the Chiefs head coach, the offensive coordinator. He got
relieved
some interviews lined
relieved of his duties.
No, but he got interviews lined up for at least 3 teams: the Titans, the Giants, and I forget the last one.
Okay.
But yeah, it frustrates me. All of these coaches got let go. All of these great defensive coaches that are now just in the ether. You know what I'm saying? But none of them were named.
I don't know how great they are. I don't know how great they are. But if I know if the head coach got fired, if Kevin Stefanski got fired, I would love to have the Browns as defensive coordinator. But
no, they already said he's not going to do it. They already said they are not worried about. They are in no way, form, or fashion interested in moving their DC. Well, most of the teams that I would be interested in poaching from are still in the playoffs. Most of them. But there are a few that I would look at that aren't. Brian Flores.
But I can listen. And we can have that discussion if you want to real quick. I don't ever think Brian Flores comes here because Brian Flores sued the league. He sued the league. And as much as you may want to talk crazy about Jerry Jones is always about the shield because he's always about defending the other 31 owners to a certain extent, and getting that dollar. So he ain't about to bring, just like he ain't trying to fire dudes and let him sit home on his dime. He definitely ain't trying to deal with a dude to sue the league. He ain't trying to do that.
But yeah, most of the other guys are still in the playoffs. Like I would be interested in talking to, any of the position coaches in Houston, seeing what some of those 49ers position coaches are like, Rams coaches, Broncos, things like that.
Who I'm not interested in talking to?
Who?
Matt Eberflus. Get your ass up out the building, man.
Chris, he moved his desk. Matt Eberflus moved his desk in front of the door. He let all of the blinds down. I understand you got some audio issues. Go ahead, fix that, dog. But yeah, and Sleazy, I actually disagree. I think Jerry would hire a black coordinator, whether it was offense or defense. It remains to be seen about the head coach, but that ain't my problem right now. I think a head coach is pretty okay. But I think that Jerry Jones may not have an issue with hiring a coordinator that look like us, but dog, I need to see action, because we saw inaction when Mike McCarthy was sitting on his laurels after we knew that he was going to be let go. When Jason Garrett, they had basically told Jason Garrett, we're not renewing your contract, and then Jason Garrett still came into work for like 8 days or 10 days or 12 days or whatever until his contract ran out. Those are just the consequences of inaction from the Cowboys. And I want to see something different, dude. because you can't let all of the quality coaches get poached early, and then you stuck picking through scraps, and then that just gives the ownership an excuse to go out and get somebody that they know, somebody that the puppet strings can be pulled on, you know. So if we had to change something, I think that's what it would be, because the last two times that we've had to sit there and wait for a coach to be let go, the guy who came in just won't it. Mike McCarthy won't it after Jason Garrett, and we waited to let him go. Then Mike McCarthy gets let go. Shoot, they hired Eberflus before they hired Shoddy. and you see how stupid that is. I mean, what's the best way to say this? I think that it sucks that they had to lose Dan Quinn to the Commanders, because I think it was in the tunnel after. Give me a second. Let me send this to Chris. There we go. In the tunnel after the game, Jerry Jones was talking about how much he wished that we didn't have to let Dan Quinn go, because he was definitely a focal point, a keystone piece of this defense, and you've just been searching for the successor since then. Mike Nolan obviously won it and things like that. But I feel like the overall lack of execution in what was basically a glorified preseason game for Dallas just speaks to the lack of success over the season. And then you have to look at the bigger picture. Like, really, the defense has been subpar for not just this year, but last year as well. You know, when you got, and this is kind of like I said, getting bigger picture, when you look at the fallout from the Micah Parsons trade, of course, questions about Flus, the Diggs situation. It's in a lot of ways, this loss was fitting and ugly. That's how you shut the coffin. And if you look at the thumbnail for this video, it's a tombstone where here lies the 2025 Dallas Cowboys. That is how you shut the coffin on this season. So now you head into an off season where major decisions are looming, whether it's coaching or free agency or trying to navigate the draft when you have a lack of draft capital in the top 100 picks. So all in all, not just yesterday, but the large majority of this season was tough for Cowboys fans. Because we just have to hope that the front office does something different when history's telling us exactly what they are going to do. So one of the questions that I was going to ask Chris is kind of like, where do you go from here? And we're going to have another content creator. I'm not sure if any of y'all ever watched B Bird on YouTube and on Twitter. Very, very talented guy, very insightful. This is kind of like a preface to that. Where do you go from here? What players are you interested? Said hope is a hell of a drug. Sleazy, you right, man. Hey, look, man, but you get too high on that hopium, man, and you end up like those guys who are like apologists for Jerry Jones and his people. So every now and then you gotta inject a little realism into the veins, So what I was saying was, it's kind of like, where do you go from here? What players would you metaphorically be packing their bags already? Because they're talking about how they gotta conduct exit interviews over the next 2 weeks and things like that. I call BS on that, right? It's some players who I would want to have those trash bags and those boxes and put the stuff in their locker in there today, because they might have got back to Dallas a little late, so I want to get them the time to rest. But today, I want Kenneth Murray's bags packed. Today, I want like who's a lot of these DBs, Kalen Carson, how do you even pronounce his name? All right, let me get a little speech thing right quick. See if I can how you pronounce dude's name. How you pronounce Buddy's name? Reddy Stewart. There we go. We don't even got Track Richard anymore. Reddy Stewart. He can go. Corey Ballantyne. He can go. Much appreciation to Donovan Wilson for all he's done over the years. He can go. It's a lot of these guys that can get out of here quick. Hey, you put sunburnt for Sanborn. That's funny. I'm not sure how I feel about Malik Hooker. As a backup guy, Malik Hooker might be like a solid piece. There we go, Chris back. So
hey man,
Chris,
I'm sorry, dog. Hey, go ahead. Where you at? Where you at?
Oh, Chris, I was kind of giving like a preview of what we got going on tomorrow with B Bird.
Oh yeah,
perfect. Because we always gotta have like a game when we got company. You know what I'm saying? When we open our doors and let company and tell them take the shoes off because we don't want to mess up our
we're a great
and
host and we have great games for them. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
So Chris, I was saying, whose bags are you trying to have? Whose locker is you trying to empty out already? They don't even got to come into the locker room. You can just stop them at the door and say, "Here's your bags. Here's your box. Give me your key card."
Dude, see, you have never served, so and no problem. But there when you first go in, they line you up in a row, and they give you they give you a sea bag. I'm a Navy guy, the world's greatest maritime force since the Spanish Armada, the United States Navy. So I'm to the point I'm with a sea bag. I got Donovan Wilson sea bag sitting out there. I already got his packed up for him. He ain't even got to come in and get it. I done packed it for him. His stuff is already. Dono's stuff is packed. Dono.
Chris,
Kenneth Murray.
I'm surprised he wasn't first, Chris.
No, because
matter of fact, Chris, security need to escort Kenneth Murray out.
Listen, you miss it in order. Is Matt Eberflus when he got back on the plane. Trayvon Diggs messed that up last week with his mess. You know what I'm saying? So Eberflus couldn't have flown back. Murray wouldn't have been able to. Murray wouldn't even came to New York. I'd have said, "Hey, listen, we appreciate you. Go ahead and take this week off. Just go ahead and go be with your family. Start your vacation early." Yeah. I'd have let him. Damone Clark still with us, or he gone?
No, he's gone.
Okay, good, great. So that's one less bag I got to worry about. So I got Dono, Kenneth Murray, those two right off the. And Chris, to be honest with you, let me ask
you this.
Those two definitely.
The people know you had set it off, Chris.
Yeah,
the people know you had set it off, Chris.
Right.
Would you bring back Dante Fowler?
No, I wouldn't, because I could probably find better. I could finally find better. Him and Sam Williams, both of them can get up out of here. I don't want Sam Williams back. I'm gonna tell you. I don't want Goodwin back at all.
I'm glad that you said that, Chris. I don't need nobody who only does special teams on my roster.
Dude, I don't need a guy that if I need in a pinch, I need a guy to go out there and do something. I don't need him,
Chris.
Out there.
4 years ago, they stopped listing CJ Goodwin on the roster as a cornerback.
They just had him as a player.
Special team.
Special team. That's it. Yeah, like
that
he's
happened
a kicker.
4 years ago.
Yeah, like he's a kicker or a punter. No, I don't need him. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I would let him go. I would let him go. Go ahead.
Sleazy's funny. Instead of calling Jack Sanborn, he calls him Sunburn.
Yeah. Jack couldn't. I mean, Jack couldn't come back. Yeah, Jack is packed up. Who else you got? So we got Dono, Murray, Sanborn, Goodwin. Who else? Yeah. Who else we packing up?
Let me ask you this, Chris, because he kind of just couldn't get right. He was one of those type of guys. What you doing about Wanye?
My bad with the camera. I was plugging my charger in. I'm bringing Wanye back. I think Wanye suffered this year from injury and
he's struggling in the classroom though.
Nah, I don't think that was a fact. He's struggling in class. I think this was a year mental health is real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, mental health is real. And when you spend so much time around players, and I don't think we gave it the proper, we gave it reverence for the time,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you know the Marshawn kneeling
Mm-hmm.
suicide
Yeah.
had an effect on different people kind of different ways, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that really affected him a certain kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So when he started having issues with his body and things of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
people took it as he wasn't smart enough. There was a time that Wanye
And
Thomas,
like the migraines and stuff like that.
right? It was
Yeah.
a time Wanye Thomas was the best safety on this football team. He just wasn't
Mm-hmm.
given an opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing Wanye back without question.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Malik Hooker under contract, but
Yep.
that does not stop me from going and getting a safety, a better set of safeties.
Might be got in the first round. You never know.
I mean,
Might
depends
be.
on what you do. I mean, if
Yeah.
I can move down far enough, and if
Mm-hmm.
teams draft badly enough, yeah, I could probably get that guy. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to bringing him back. Wanye, I bring
Mm-hmm.
back. Donovan
Mm-hmm.
Wilson can't come back under no damn circumstances. He can't even come. He can't even come get his stuff. I'm gonna mail his stuff to him.
see,
I'm Go
Chris,
ahead.
I would let Dono win. I would shake his hand and say thank you for the service. But let me explain why.
That's the generosity in your heart, right?
Let me explain why. Yeah, it does come from a place of generosity.
Coming from a guy who holds grudges, I can't see how you got so much. It must be a 26 thing.
No. Let me explain why.
Okay.
There was a period in time where the same way that we are clamoring for Wanye to have gotten this shot and things like that. Remember we were doing that for Dono?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You want to know you know who he was behind.
Oh, and listen, when they had Curse, when they had Curse playing,
Yes.
and they had Donald playing, they were kind of one and the same and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You can play Donald certain things, but I think that guy has a shelf life when he can only do good when he can see it in front of him. If anything has the ability to go over top of his head, he's in trouble. But that's the problem. So my thing is, Donald has got his time in the league. He's a vested veteran. He can ride off into the sunset and do whatever he wants to, or go play somewhere else. I just don't need him suiting up for me in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anymore? Yeah. I don't need him anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, remember Donald was behind. What was it? Darian Thompson that he was behind?
I don't even remember the dude he was behind. I'm trying
to think.
Yeah. I'm just going over the people I know. I just know right now, I don't want him on the field anymore. I don't want.
Yeah. No.
Better yet, I do want him on the field when we're playing against him, so I can do what people do to us.
No, it was Kayvon Frazier. He was behind Kayvon Frazier. That's who he was behind.
Okay. Listen. Listen.
And you already know when I say you know who he was behind. He was behind your guy.
I mean, he was supposed to be behind. He also be behind my guy for 25 snaps. Okay, for 25 snaps, he was also behind my guy.
Yeah,
but that's neither here nor there. So, like I said, we don't want to spoil it for everybody, man, because it definitely wants to come back and kick us with B Bird, because B Bird is going to give us a swing on this thing. That's going to really help everybody understand where we're coming from and our mindset with it. But at the end of the day. I can't wait to kick it with him tomorrow. And we're supposed to get tomorrow here at 6:00, correct?
Yes, 6:00.
Cool. But yeah, man, I'll be able to go down the list. I'll be able to go look at the whole roster and see who I have no problem with packing up and walking up out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna have 17 free agents, I want to say.
Yeah, we can go through the whole list of them. We can tell who you want to keep. Yeah, we was doing it yesterday. I was like, oh yeah, it's a lot of room there. It's a lot of people. A lot of people. But you have to be active in those parts. And I think B Bird is going to definitely give us
that's the thing. That is the thing. Because for the last 2 years, we've been and I said this on Saturday, we've been hemorrhaging talent for too long. And so that makes it for the guys who want to step up, they are Sleazy, we're gonna get to that probably maybe not tomorrow, but we'll talk about Steel for a little bit for you. You've been hemorrhaging talent for so long on the top end that the guys that you want to step up on the back end, they shouldn't have been step up guys anyway. You should have refresh your talent pool on your roster over the last 2 years adequately. They haven't been doing that.
No, I don't believe that. And like we said on Saturday, I don't think it's about refreshing the talent.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you put resources in areas that just haven't worked out. Sam Williams didn't work out. Molly Smith did not work out.
Sure.
Damone Clark did not work out. Maris Luafau has not worked out.
Think about all of the first round defensive talents that we've drafted that we haven't extended long term.
I mean, but you're talking about Mozzie, right? You're talking
Mozzie, Micah, of course, wasn't extended long term.
Well, I mean, but you traded Micah, so I mean that's one thing. But you usually hit in the first round. It's really your second round talents is where you've whiffed at. You know, you've whiffed at, but getting guys to a second deal. But you have put resources at the defensive side. It's been to the point, and we talked about this, before. You have to let the scouts do the players. If the scouts say this is the kind of player that you want, then let's go get you this kind of player. You can't come at the last minute. Oh no, I like this guy who you have not seen or you saw a highlight tape of, and then you bring him in, and then you wonder why he doesn't fit. So you go with your defensive guys that you've had. You turn around. Mozzie didn't work. God rest his soul. Marshawn isn't here anymore. Sam Williams, he didn't fit. Or he didn't work. Luafau has not turned the curve. This is year 3 for Luafau.
Yeah, going into year 3.
Next
year's going to be year 3.
Yeah, year 3. Overshown can't stay healthy. Ravel, the book's still out on him, but we know how you feel about rookies. Kalen Carson, he showed flashes. He can play, things of that nature.
Instead of a seatbelt, Kalen Carson's like a crash test dummy.
Yeah, but he has talent.
Sticking with the car analogy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's that guy. Yeah, Josh Butler, he can play, but you still got to. Yeah, you want to still see what he has. Wanye, you got to wait for him to come back from injury. You've got players, you got pieces there, but you don't have anything that's bona fide that Izaraku is going to need a whole year inside the system of being in there and start working on some more and be able to get stronger, working on different pass rush moves, but also
show him what to do.
Right, but also have people around him to help him. The guy who got paid the most was the guy who disappeared the most. Was it Osa? Osa was the invisible man, and so. Even with Quentin Williams, he wasn't who he was the year before. So you got so many questions, man. And now, with the fact of the matter, you got Clowney there. Now he's your reserve guy. Now you got to turn around later and figure out what you want to do down the road.
Yeah. Henny called Kalen Carson the baby seat.
Dang.
That's hilarious.
Hey, hold up, man. Why you gonna make it to the point we gotta protect him? He ain't protecting himself, man.
Hey, man.
That he needs help to get locked in. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know if it's the baby seat with the baby in the carriage, or is it like the little booster seat where you sit him in and then you strap him in yourself. It's terrible, man. It's terrible.
So Chris, let me ask you this, because this is going to be something that they're probably going to address. Do you think Terrence Steele is long for this team? Like, do you think that he's going to be around? What's your thoughts? Because personally, I think that the Cowboys may have a little bit of buyer's remorse on that contract over a guy who Terrence Steele peaked. He peaked pre-injury. After the injury, he hasn't been the same guy. And I don't think that they have any more faith that he's going to be that guy anymore.
He's been the same guy. Go ahead.
He's already been for quite some time like a better run protector than pass protector.
That's who he's always been. He was trending
in a good direction prior to the injury, but then he got hurt. They paid him when he was hurt, and his progression as a pass protector plateaued instead of continuing to go towards a peak.
It never was any more than what it is. He was an adequate pass protector, but over time he got overwhelmed. He's always been a more dominant run guy. He was better. His best pass protection year was probably, if you go maybe look at his PFF grade, it was probably his third year.
That was the year that he got hurt. That was the year that he got hurt.
Yeah, but the year he got hurt, then he came back. He's been durable. He hasn't missed games.
No.
He's been more durable than Guyton. He's been more durable than Nate Thomas. My fault with my dog because he's trying to chime in
that's
too.
Life, man. That's life.
But the thing about it more than anything is that you kind of put him in the move where you want to get better. my problem with the Cowboys is that instead of using free agency to get better, you try to fix the problem within house and hurt your football team. The fact of the matter that they're even thinking about taking Tyler Guyton from left and put him over to right, and then taking Tyler Smith and moving him to left tackle, which they're doing, goes back to my ugly statement. Is just absolutely stupid. When you get, because my problem is, going back to what I said about the coaches, they never once, when they came with that suggestion to Zach Martin told them to kick rocks. Yeah. The only time Zach Martin kicked out there to the right tackle position is during when they had massive injury, when he had to go out. And the time he did go out there, guess what ended up happening? He had a season-ending injury.
Yeah.
He knows, sometimes you know what you are. And Tyler Smith, because he wants to be so helpful to the team and things of that nature, he is an all-pro guard.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Here's the crazy part about Larry Allen. You turned around and figured he could play tackle, but you knew he was an all-pro at guard.
Yep.
He was one of the 7,500 best players in the history of the league to play guard. Leave him there and let him play guard. All you have to do to go find the right tackle, if you're upset with Steele, fine. Go find the right tackle. Leave Guyton at left because he had made such great strides being a left tackle.
Yeah, he's been a pro at left tackle. Like you can't try to, especially for a player that you knew needed some progression, needed to get better as a young guy. Don't erase that by then moving him back to the other spot.
You take him back 2 years prior to what he is.
Exactly.
To go, now I'm going to put him at right tackle, where now I got to learn how to do everything opposite again when I'm just starting to progress at left. So do that at left, right?
I think that Tyler Guyton in year 3 will continue to be better. You still got to worry about his health and all of that, but that's the game.
That's the game. Ankles and things like that, that's the game.
But he progressed from year 1 to 2 on the left side.
Absolutely.
You want to hold out the hope that he will continue to progress, because he was one of those guys that kind of struggled, with the mentality of it, with the adversity. And Duke Manyweather came out and said that, but then he leaned into the adversity and became a better player for it going into training camp. Your hope is that he will continue to lean into the adversity and become a better player.
No, it's not. You don't want to. You're not leaning into the adversity. You just want him to get healthy.
His adversities are his struggles as a first-round talent. With the expectations and whatnot. That's the adversity. It's not necessarily saying that his job is in trouble or anything like that. I'm saying the uphill climb that he has to go through to be a better player, right? Like you said, like you say this all the time, about being like the father of an excellent football player and whatnot. Pressure is a privilege, right?
Right.
He has the pressure on him, and he leaned into that this year. He leaned into that pressure and came out a better player. Your hope is that he continues to lean into it in the offseason and comes out a better player once again.
Right.
If you switch him to the right side, you're doing him a disservice, man. You push
him back at least 2 years to being what he has to be. So it just makes more sense as an organization. These are the things that smart organizations do. I've got a stellar guy at left guard. I leave him there. I have a promising guy at left tackle. I keep him there and keep him going. I've got a guy who's a center who's promising, who's moving forward as his second or third. This is his second year as a center. Next will be his third year. I've already got a stellar right guard, right? Go out and find a right tackle. Yeah. Go pay some money in free agency and go find a right tackle.
I think that's the best way to do it. Personally, I don't want to draft an offensive lineman. I want to address offensive line in free agency.
I mean, the thing about it is that
through a trade. Let's just say pre-draft. I want to address offensive line.
You want to use that phase. I think the way this is right now is that you have to use everything that you have. The majority of your resources have got to go defensively. I don't think there's outside of tackle. I don't think there's not another position on your football team that you got to address on the offensive side of football. That's crazy.
You run it back.
I mean, you can go do one running back, but okay. But you turn around and go get every other position elsewhere on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah.
You go do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not saying to only address the defense in the draft. Like don't address it in free agency and nothing like that. No, I need you to address your defense in free agency in the offseason as well.
I need
But,
eight players on defense.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
At least
yeah.
you need 2 edge rushers. You need a whole gang of linebackers. You need probably two corners. You need at least 1 safety. So
and that's before, and I'm not just talking about guys. I'm not just talking about Jags.
Starters. You need starters.
I need starters or potential, definitely depth pieces who can actually play on this football team.
Yeah, absolutely. Sleezy said, I feel like as an old line, if you hit the market, it's not because you were good. I agree, and that's why I said in the off season, offense, you might have to make like a trade or something like that. Like an offensive lineman, unless he's like a dude that like is trying to like get hit the big bank. Like who Laramie Tunsil did that. And now Laramie Tunsil's probably gonna get a big payday coming up. But that doesn't happen that often. It's like just like with premier quarterbacks, they don't hit agency often to go to another team. Right. That don't happen for good offensive line.
No, they get traded for. You got to get paid compensation.
Not often. Like the only example that I can really think of is Laramie Tunsil.
Dude, the thing about it, man, offensive linemen are such a premier. Is that's the hardest position to be able to get in any type. If you're doing a free agency, it's definitely hard. In the transfer portal in college, that's the most. You would think, quarterbacks, big dudes who know how to move and got good feet and can do certain things. They're premier. They're a premier piece of. Yeah, the Dancing Bears are premier. Mean Dancing Bears.
Yeah, for sure. So, Chris, I haven't seen in a long time Jerry Jones really like stick to that pressure that he's applying to someone over an extended period of time. Like for 5 weeks now, Jerry Jones has been like on Matt Eberflus' neck, talking about how much he expected the defense to be better, how he's very disappointed and things like that. Basically, not taking his side at all. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that despite all of that, they're still trying to take that week and a half before they make that final decision? Why you think that is?
Because I just said it. He wants to grab the mic, man. He wants to be. Hey, man. Okay. Let me explain it a little bit better. All right. I'm gonna go back to my New Edition analogy, right? Yeah. New Edition was cool, right? They would have songs, but then every now and then, man, they had this one song called Mr. Telephone Man, where they let Bobby Brown sing, right? Yep. And the problem was Bobby Brown would want to sing Mr. Telephone Man 15 minutes of the night. You know what I'm saying? Instead of giving the mic back to Ralph, because Ralph was the lead singer. I need Jerry to get his ass out the spotlight, move out the way, fall back, and let the scouts and the coaches be the loudest voice in the room. He can't do that. So to hold out for 12 days, like you said, when all these people are getting fired and who got availability to do interviews and things of that nature, and to bypass that, that's Jerry wanting to be in the spotlight. He want to drag stuff out. Certain decisions can be made swiftly and quickly. When you go to the grocery store, I can guarantee you're out of the store faster than our number one.
Chris, I go in with a list, Chris. I hate browsing.
Hey, hold on. So you go in, right? Lickety split. But our number one fan of Franklin football probably takes quite a bit of time when you go shopping, right? Right, which makes it to the point, you love her, but you don't always like going shopping with her.
Hey, man, you don't get me in trouble.
Don't worry about it, because I'm the same way. Don't get. So Jerry wants to drag this out. Certain decisions don't need to be dragged out. Do it. Get it over with.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. It boils down to. It boils down to the publicity that it produces. That's what
listen. His motto is, as long as you're talking about me, good or bad is okay. Because to him, that's what's important. Not winning, not moving this team forward to winning championships, not getting back on top. just being to the point that you talk about me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sure.
right now, so he's gonna drag this out where you could have turned around because fire him. I guarantee you could have went and got interviews with other guys, legitimate interviews with guys, so you can go ahead and get the pieces put in place. This is the time you start. Go ahead.
Because I actually don't know this. While your DC is still in place, can you interview outside guys, or does he have to be fired first?
Listen, man, you can go.
I actually don't know.
I don't know, but I don't think nothing stops you from talking to their representation.
Yeah.
My problem is that he don't like talking to agents. Well, he don't like talking to particular agents.
Yeah, there we go.
That don't stop him from reaching out or somebody in his circle talking to their representation so he can move forward. You follow me? That nothing stops him from doing that. So, long story short, I ain't trying to hear that. That guy was terrible. And he was legitimately saying, hey, this is what I'm gonna go do, and he couldn't fix it. Even when Zimmer had problems last year, he at least tried to fix it. So that's my problem.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anything else before we get out of here, Chris?
Nah, man. The dogs have been talking. My wife has been giving me the evil eye because my son is home, man, and he done kicked me out the stew. But long story short, man, we are two guys, man, who have come to the end of this season. It wasn't what we expected to be, but what we did get to have happen is, man, that y'all have rocked with us. We've had more people come in, join the community, man, and starting to rock with us. And now we get to the point of bringing some of our buddies on so they can give their synopsis of the league of the season. But more importantly, man, we get to the point of building this team better. And so tune in with us tomorrow. We're going to have our main man, Bean Bird, who we've both known for a long time and had a lot of respect for. So excited he's going to come and kick it with us. And we're going to start putting this thing together, man. And we will continue to be the dudes, man, that's outside. We the dudes, you know who we are, man? We the dudes at the convenience store, right? I'm in the back, making sure all the drinks are in their order like you like to have it. And you the dude up front, making sure that the lotto tickets, the lotto machine is working so people can get there, hit the Mega Million. Because if we ever hit it, y'all might see us. And then again, you might not.
There we go. So before we get out of here, I need you to do two things for me. I need you to like, I need you to share, I need you to subscribe, and if you could, I need you to comment. In the comment box, I want you to tell me what you think is the most important thing for the Cowboys to do this offseason. That's
outside of firing Jerry. Because don't do that. We need something that's constructive. That ain't gonna happen.
For sure. So we're gonna be back tomorrow. We're gonna have a special guest on tomorrow, B Bird, another content creator. So you can catch us tomorrow. And as always, he set it off, Chris. I'm Brandon. We come together and make Frankly football. Peace.